Good day, everyone. Jamel Fields here. I'm excited that you're here watching this video. My wife and I decided to bring you into our home because we wanted to share with you exactly what we're launching. This will be the biggest thing we've ever done in our career in this industry. And so we are fired up that you're one of the first people to ever see exactly what we're doing. So I want this video to be very quick. I don't want to keep you here long, but I want it to be detailed so you'll know exactly what we're doing and, more importantly, why we are doing it. So what I'm going to be talking to you about on this video is something that is very, very dear to me because, guys, let me ask you a question. Do you have any woman or women in your life that you love and you care about? And for me, it's an absolute yes. I have my wife and I have two beautiful daughters that I absolutely love and I care about. Now, my oldest daughter, at the age of 9 years old, had to figure out what this is that I'm about to show you. Now, I know many of the guys watching this, you may not know what this is, but I'm 100% sure that every single lady watching me, you're going to know exactly what this is. Check this out. Now, for the fellas, I know you may not know what this is, but this is a sanitary napkin. And in other words, this is a pad. And so at the age of 9, my daughter had to learn exactly what this was. Why? Because she had her first period. So at the age of 9, in the 3rd grade, we had to educate and teach my daughter on what to do when she's going through her cycle. How to wear these, how to put it in her underclothes, how many times she needs to change it, you know, what to do during that period of time while she's at school. And so that's when this became something that I got passionate about because we had to write letters to my daughter's teachers, especially the men teachers, letting them know what was going on so they can let my daughter be excused to go to the restroom. So a lot of things changed at that time. And so because of that, I started learning some of the issues that my daughter was going through when she started dealing with these. Guys, stay with me. You want to watch this entire video. And so a lot of people that's been following me, they know that I've lost 145 pounds. I started doing a workout group. A lot of people started working out with me. And 95% of the people that I was working out with was women. And so I started hearing a lot of issues that women were dealing with. Sometimes I would have to cover my ears because it would be things I didn't want to hear, guys. But because I started learning all of these things, I really got passionate about this when the information came across our desk. Now, guys, I'm going to open this up and I'm going to jump into it because I want this to be very quick, but I'm going to touch on certain points while I'm explaining what I'm going to show you. So, guys, like I said, this is a sanitary napkin. And this is just a typical brand that a lot of people wear. And this is one of the brands that my daughter would actually wear. So I want you guys to see what this actually say on this pad. Guys, let's say that this is a 10-hour pad. Now, ladies, if you're watching this video, I want to ask you a question. Have you ever worn one of these for 10 hours? And I'm pretty sure if you're watching this, you're going to say absolutely not. You've never wore one of these for 10 hours. Now, what am I excited about and why are we so fired up, guys? This is why. This actually came across our pad, came across our desk. Now, what do you notice different about this one compared to the one I just showed you before? A lot of people always say they notice that it's much smaller, guys. And that's one of the things that I noticed about it. But another thing that I noticed about it was that it's actually sealed all the way closed. So the first one that I showed you, I say it's a sanitary napkin, but really, guys, it's not that sanitary. Pay attention to the one that you have. It may be open before you even open it, guys. So let me open this one so we can get on into the demonstration. I want this video to be short, but I want you to get all the information, guys. So this is what we're actually introducing into North America. We don't have to put no false advertisement on the front, guys, but this is what we're introducing to North America. So you have a chance to be one of the very first to introduce this as well. We're getting ready to launch. This is going to be huge. So as you look at this, what do you notice different about these two pads? Most people right out the gate notice that this pad is much larger than this one. A lot of people that we show this to in person, we allow you to be able to actually feel these pads. And every single person that feels these two pads, 100% of the time say that they would rather have this one against their body compared to this one, guys. It's much softer, much smoother. Now, one of the things that we've learned about when a woman is having her feminine flow is typically they can release anywhere from 15 to 50 milliliters of fluid leaving the body during their feminine flow. And so what we did is we took these two things of water, and where that line is, guys, that's actually showing you 50 milliliters of water in this bottle. So if you look at that, the line is 50 milliliters. Which one of these? So this one has a little bit more than 50. So guys, what I want to do is, with this particular bottle of water, it's a little bit more than 50. I'm going to actually pour this one onto the pad that we're introducing to North America. So guys, when a woman is having her feminine flow, now what I've learned from my daughter is, while she's at school, maybe she's in PE, maybe she's in class, every single time she gets up, every single time she sits down, ladies, you already know this, you can actually feel it falling every single time you get up, every time you sit down, while she's at PE, all of these different things, guys. So you never know how bad you're gonna flow when it's that time of the month. So, like I said, I put the one that had the most water onto the one that we're introducing. And I'm going to put the one that is exactly at 50 milliliters onto the regular pad that my daughter used to use. So, guys, I'm going to pour this one here. Same thing. Guys, we wanted to bring this to you as quickly as possible because we are launching, but we wanted you to be able to get the exact same thing you would be able to get if you was actually sitting right here in our living room with us. Now, I'm going to share this with you real quick, guys, and then I'm going to wrap this up as quickly as I can. Now, another reason this became something I was really passionate about is during the birth of all three of our children, my wife was dealing with something called fibroids. A lot of people know what fibroids are because nowadays a lot of people deal with those issues. Now, the thing with our kids is all of our kids were high-risk pregnancies because the fibroid was so big that most kids won't make it or wouldn't be able to survive having a fibroid that large in the same environment that they're in. And so every single time she had a C-section with all three of the kids, they would pull out the fibroid that was so big that it was almost the same size of the kids when they were born. So guys, my wife, dealing with that issue, ended up having to have a partial hysterectomy at the age of 30. Guys, her cycles had got so bad that she was wearing two of these pads and wearing a tampon at the exact same time. And even with that, it wasn't enough to hold and to stop her from messing up her clothes and having accidents. So it had got bad, guys. And so I know a lot of ladies out there, maybe you're dealing with issues like that. But guys, we have something that we know can actually assist you in what you're dealing with. So pay attention and stick with me to the end of this. So what I want to do, guys, this pad, I poured 50 milliliters of water on that one. And on this one, I poured about 75 milliliters of water. So I'm going to take a napkin. I'm going to take 2 napkins. One napkin I'm going to place on top of the regular pad my daughter would wear. And the other napkin I'm going to place on to the pad that we're introducing and what we're launching with. And what I'm going to do with both of my hands, guys, I'm just going to press down on both of these pads to see what the difference is as far as how these pads are able to absorb when a lady is having her feminine flow. So come close to them so I want them to see. I'm applying pressure on both pads. So guys, I press down my hands on both pads. Just a few seconds. And as I lift my hands up, I want you guys to see the difference. Guys, this is absolutely incredible. Now you see exactly why we are fired up. So I want you to come close to me so they can get this. Ladies, guys, if you have anybody that you know that is dealing with having to wear these, you have 2 options now. Do you want to be wet during that period of time, or do you want to be dry and comfortable? Guys, this blew me away. This is one of the reasons why this is going to be the biggest thing we've ever done. Guys, this is absolutely mind-blowing. Now, I want to break these open so you can see exactly what's taking place with these. I've never done this until I actually got introduced to this. So At one point, I was a rookie at this, but now I'm not. So guys, I'm gonna open these pads up. So if you've never done this before, you don't want to try this at home. So let's see what these actually are made of. So this is the pad that my daughter used to wear that she'll never wear again. So as I pull this top layer off of this pad, normally I would let you feel this pad, but I'll let you know exactly what I feel, and one day you'll be able to feel this in person. What most people notice immediately from feeling this pad is, number one, it's wet. And then number two, it actually feels rough. It kind of feels like a gauze. I mean, I remember one time I had to go to the doctor, and they kind of used this type of material to wrap my arm up when I had a cut on my arm once. So it kind of feels like that material. So now I know that this is synthetic material as well. So one of the things that lets me know is, if this is synthetic material, that they have to use some type of bleaching process in order to get this material to turn white. So now when you look at having some type of bleaching process done, ladies, gentlemen, when your women that you love or care about is on their period, they have this chemical that's actually rubbing up against their body while they're supposed to be releasing toxins. Now they have toxins actually going back into their bloodstream, because now you got this chemical actually right up against your body. Now, when you look at this next layer, the next thing that we see here is some form of blue dye. So imagine now that when this gets wet, as we seen that this definitely is wet, this dye has the ability now to start fading, and that actually has the chance of actually going back into your bloodstream as well. So now you have this chemical, bleach. You also have dye. All of this has the ability to go back into your bloodstream, guys. So what I want to do now is we're getting down to the layer of their absorbery system. What actually catches the flow when you're having your cycle. And so what I've done here is I got 2 cups of water. Now I want you guys to see which one of these cups of water has the most water into it. Is it A or is it B? Which one has the most water? I'm pretty sure everybody would agree that it is A. So I'm going to take this one and I'm going to actually put it in the cup that has the least amount of water. I want to see how the absorbery system works with this particular pad. Now I want you guys to look at the exterior of this pad. So if you look at this, as I begin to pull that, guys, what material is that made of? Every single person looking at this, you would agree that this looked like some form of plastic. Now, what would happen to you if I put plastic over your mouth and your nose for a period of time? You're going to suffocate. So if this plastic is underneath you while you're having your period, what is happening to your body in that area, guys? It is suffocating. So now, in other words, your body is heating up at 98.6 degrees. You have blood. In some cases, you may have urine. You have all of that stuff. And you have plastic underneath it. That is creating an environment for what? An environment for, most times, bacteria. So a lot of times when our women and our children are having all of these issues month after they get off their cycle, now you're seeing why we're having these issues. We have plastic covering up bleach, dye, and all of those other different things that's covering our women, guys. So now that we know that this is the way it is, we'll never use that again, guys. That's why my daughter would never go back to being wet and uncomfortable. So I want to do the same thing to what we're introducing and why we're excited. I want to break this pad open. We've done it to this, so we may as well do it to ours. So the top layer of ours, and guys, one day, don't worry, you'll be able to feel this in your hand. The first thing you're going to notice is it's dry. The next thing you're going to notice is it's very soft. It's made of cotton, guys. And so when you have something that's made of cotton, you don't have to put it through no type of bleaching process, because we all know that cotton is already what? It's already white. And so this is very soft to touch, still dry, and it's definitely 100% cotton. It has breathable holes in it and everything. The second thing you're going to notice is what's very, very important. This is like the microchip in a computer. You can come back up with me. So guys, this is our negative ion strip. Now, negative ions is powerful. It's known to actually fight bacteria. It's known to actually calm down the body, relax the body. So a negative ions, we know environments, but we probably didn't know exactly what it was. So have you ever been in front of a waterfall and you've been relaxed? That's because waterfalls are an environment of negative ions. Even right before a thunderstorm, that's an environment of negative ions. So a lot of people, when it's thunderstorming and raining outside, what do they like to do? They like to sleep. They like to relax. They like to lay around, do nothing, lay in bed, do nothing. Being at the beach, that's another environment for negative ions. So what we've noticed and what we've heard from a lot of ladies that start wearing these pads, and I'll just give you what I heard from my own daughter and my sister-in-law. Immediately, once they started wearing these pads, one of the things that they noticed was they no longer had odor. So my daughter came, she said she no longer had odor. So imagine now, because of this negative ion strip in there, it was able to eliminate the odor from when she's on her cycle. Ladies, think about that. When you're on your cycle, imagine how much more confident you'll be, especially being a younger girl, but even as an adult, if you notice that you no longer had the odor that comes with being on your cycle. So my daughter noticed no odor. Another thing my daughter noticed was she didn't have bad cramps. So she said she didn't feel any cramps at all when she was on her cycle wearing this particular pad. Now, we're not saying that nobody's going to have cramps anymore, but what we're hearing from a lot of ladies is they're having little cramps or even no cramps at all when wearing this pad. And that's one of the things my daughter noticed was no cramps. Another thing my daughter said she noticed was she was comfortable. She said she also noticed that she didn't mess up any of her underclothes. So now she's having a lot more confidence because no odor, no cramps, not messing up her underclothes, and you're very comfortable, guys. So this negative ion strip is absolutely game changing. Now, I want to also show you guys our absorbery system because I did the same thing with that pad. So I have to do the same thing with this one. So here's our absorbery system. So I want to do the same thing I did with that pad. I'm going to roll it up. And we all agreed that this is the cup that has the most amount of water. So I'm going to put our pad in that cup. So now you come back up with me. Now, this right here is what was actually holding our absorbery system. Another thing, what I noticed is it feels kind of cool to touch. So it has a cooling feel to it. Another thing you'll see, it has a lot of little holes in it. So what does that mean, guys? That means that it's breathable. So that means your body is able to breathe. It is also, like I said, environmental friendly. Not all those chemicals and all that is natural, guys. This pad is natural. When you also look at the exterior of our pad, you'll see those little lines in it, kind of look like a little racetrack. That means this is a breathable environment as well. So if I put this on the top of a cup of steam, the steam can actually come through the surface of this pad. Biodegradable, guys. This is not plastic. Biodegradable. All environmental friendly. That's why we are excited about that. So guys, if you look at this, I don't know how long this video has been going. I hope you stayed with me. Don't miss this. How long have this been sitting in this cup? You watching this video so you can even rewind it to see exactly how long this has been sitting in this cup. But as you can see, guys, this cup is still full of water. Not a lot of absorption took place with this thing. You can still just basically pick this up and squeeze all the water right back into the cup. So this haven't really absorbed much, but this is what we're actually letting our daughters and our wives and the ladies that we love, we're letting them wear something. And we know that you're wet and uncomfortable because we already saw the example of the napkin. So if you look at what we're introducing, why we're so fired up, how long have it been sitting in the cup? Probably not long at all. But if I pick this cup up, you can't get a drop of water out of it. So what our pad just did, is we turn the liquid into a solid. Guys, that's why we are so fired up and excited about what we're doing. So if you're watching this video and maybe you've already seen enough information with just this demonstration to know that you want to partner up with what we're doing. Because I want you to think about this. When a lady starts having her first cycle, she's going to have it from age, most people have it at maybe age 12, and you're going to go all the way through to menopause. And you can guess how long that'll be. But guys, think about this. Every single month from the time you start until that period of time when you no longer need pads, you're going to have to buy pads every single month. The only break you get is when you're having kids. So now, when you think about having a business attached to that, we're solving a need because we are letting ladies be dry, comfortable, and we also giving them something that's much more healthier for the body. But at the same time, you have the ability to get paid on this. Every single month, month after month, people are able to buy these pads directly from you, and you get paid a residual income on that for the rest of your life. Now, what do ladies do when they grow up and they have kids and their daughters start wearing pads? They pass the same type of pads right on to their daughters. And so now you have generational wealth that's going to be created with what we have our hands on. So guys, if you want to know more about the company that we are actually partnering up with, that we're launching with, there's a video right below this that'll give you some information about the company. Now, our company is founded by a multi-billionaire. So we have an incredible financial backing with what we have our hands on. So if you need to, you can watch the video below. But if you already are fired up and excited about what you just saw and you know you want to partner up with us, my number is either at the top of this page or at the bottom of this page. You can call me immediately so we can get you started with what we're doing. Guys, we're building the biggest team we've ever built. And those of you who are watching this video, you're being able to be at the front of the lunch. So you're going to be at the top of our organization. This is a ground floor opportunity for you and your family. I would not miss this for the world, guys. And so we're going to impact a lot of people. We're going to change a lot of lives, but we're going to build the biggest business that we've ever built with what we have our hands on. So I'm glad that you was able to stay with me from the beginning all the way to the end of this video. Now, maybe you're a lady that's maybe similar to my wife. Maybe you don't need pads anymore. Or maybe you are at an age to where you don't need pads anymore because you're at a certain age, guys. I want you to think about this. This is not about you. Who do you know? What lady, what young girl, what teenager, what mother that you know that you love and you care about that need to see what I just showed you? We need to get this information in front of them because it's not about you and this is not about me. I'm just doing this because I have women in my life that I love and care about that I know, even if it wasn't an income attached to this, even if I didn't get paid for this, I would make sure my daughter wore this pad for the rest of her life. And so, guys, that's somebody earning a residual check as long as my daughter needs these. And when my second daughter needs them, she's going to wear them too. But why not you be the person getting paid month after month after month? And so we're going to build this big. We're launching. You're at the ground floor of this, and you have a chance to partner up with my wife and myself. We look forward to working with you. Get back to the person that showed you this video and let them know ASAP that you're ready to be a part of Team Rocket, guys. We're getting ready to launch. Welcome aboard, and I look forward to working with you. Peace.